Welcome to the Explainer. You know that feeling when you're learning a new language and you just hit a wall with the grammar? Well, today, we're going to crack the code on Japanese. You're going to see how just a few logical puzzle pieces can unlock the whole language, turning all that confusion into total clarity. In English, saying "I like this book" is about as simple as it gets. But in Japanese, to express that exact same feeling, you have to think about grammar in a completely different way. And that little shift, that's our starting point. So you're ready to unlock it? We are going to put together the key pieces you need for real Japanese expression, one logical step at a time, starting right from the absolute basics. First up, we need to be able to point at the world around us. And in Japanese, how you say this or that completely depends on where you are standing in relation to the person you're talking to. The key is this super simple pattern. Words starting with ko refer to things near me, the speaker. Words with so are for things near you, the listener. And that's for things way over there, far from both of us. So if this pen is in my hand, I'd say, "Kore wa pen desu." This is a pen. It's just a beautifully logical system. All right, so we can point at things. Now, let's give them some color. To describe the world in Japanese, you gotta know that adjectives basically come in two main flavors. Now, what's really important here isn't the names, but how they act. Just think of them as two completely different tool sets. Group I adjectives, the ones ending in E, are kind of dynamic. They can change their form. Group NA adjectives are more like solid blocks. They tend to just stay the same. And what's really interesting here is seeing the patterns in action. For group I, you just stick it right before the noun, like takai biru for a tall building. Easy. For group NA, you need to add this little particle na. So it becomes kirei na neko, a beautiful cat. That little na is basically the glue that connects the adjective to the noun. Okay, now we get to the part that changes everything. This is a real game changer. In English, like and want are verbs. They're actions, things we do. But in Japanese, they're not. They're adjectives. And understanding that one fact is the key to cracking the whole code. This is a huge mental shift, so stick with me. Because suki is an adjective, you're not performing the action of liking the bread. Instead, you're describing a state. To me, bread is likable. And that little particle ga is our clue. It points to the thing that has the quality of being likable, instead of pointing to the object of an action. And what if you want to do something? Well, Japanese makes this incredibly easy with the tai form. As you can see, you just take a verb's polite masu form, swap out masu for tai, and bam, you've instantly expressed your desire. It's like a grammatical cheat code. It's amazing. Okay, so we can say, "I like anime." Simple enough. But what if we want to say, "I like watching anime"? We need a new tool for our kit, something that lets us treat an entire action as if it's a single idea. So let's build this sentence up. We're starting with our basic structure. We know like is an adjective, so we use that ga particle. That part's down. And here it is. Here's our bridge. The particle no. This little particle is so powerful. It basically works like adding ing in English. It takes a verb, like miru, to see, and it magically bundles it up into a noun, the concept of seeing. And this slide just brilliantly shows how we combine them. The original verb phrase, anime o miru, watch anime, gets treated as one single block. Then we just tack on no ga suki to say that this entire action is the thing that's likable. It's so elegant. All right, here's a subtle but super important distinction that will make you sound so much more natural. Japanese has two main ways to say thing, and choosing the right one all depends on whether you can touch it or just think about it. It's actually really simple. Mono is for physical, tangible objects, things you can hold, like a phone or a piece of cake. Koto is for all the abstract stuff, experiences, events, ideas, things like going to a concert. And here we see it in action. You want to eat a delicious mono, a physical thing, but you want to do a fun koto, an experience. Using the right word here instantly makes your Japanese sound more sophisticated and way more precise. So now we can build some really expressive sentences. For our final piece of the puzzle today, let's learn how to turn those statements into really good questions. Okay, understanding the difference between dore and dono is a classic hurdle, but it's easy once you see it. Dore replaces the noun entirely. It is the which one. Dono, on the other hand, needs to be attached to a noun to describe it, like which book or which car. Okay, let's put that to the test. Let's say we're looking at these phones. If I want to ask, which phone do you like? I have to use dono because I'm attaching it to the noun phone. See? Dono ketai. Now, if I just pointed and asked, "Dore ga suki desu ka?" I'd just be saying, which one do you like? It's a subtle but really crucial difference. And there you have it, your starter toolkit. I mean, look at how far we've come. With just these few logical pieces, we've built this powerful engine for expression, going from just pointing at an object to asking detailed questions about complex feelings. We've built a really solid foundation for expressing our own world, our own thoughts and feelings. But what about expressing what other people think? How do we report on their world? Well, that opens up a whole new level of communication, and it's a puzzle for our next explainer. Thanks for joining me.